So the strategy I'm about to show you made me $1,000 in just one day. It was honestly like a 30-minute trade. In this video, I'm going to break down the same strategy that I used to do that, as well as honestly the strategy that made me a full-time trader and helped me mentor over 700 different traders for the past 2 years. Now, if you guys are new and you don't know me, I've been trading 7 years, all right? I've been using one simple strategy that allowed me to go full-time, and it's the same strategy I'm going to show you in this video. Now, the cool part about it is it works on stocks, options, and futures. You can see I obviously traded options if I show it there, live account. And the greatest part about this entire strategy is that it's so simple, it's so easy to learn, and you can literally learn it today and use it tomorrow to make some profit. And so I'm just going to dive in, show you guys it. So let's get into it. This strategy is called triple line method. If you're unaware of triple line method, don't worry, I'm about to break it down. But basically, I have this indicator on here. I'll show you at the end of the video how to get access to it. But first off, all it does is plot 3 different levels every single day. So if I untick these 2 boxes, okay, you're going to go ahead and see that all these levels are going to populate just like this, okay? You can see it looks a little crazy, it looks a little messy. And that's why typically when I'm trading, I had turned these both on, so it only shows the day's level. So I'm trading off today. This is what the days are going to show, right? 3 levels, 2 black levels, 1 purple level. That's it. No other indicators, no other tools, nothing else. Just a simple watch list of my stocks and the indicators like that. Okay. Now what I want to do is show you the day I actually took this trade, which was like 2 days ago. I believe it was on this day right here. It was on this day, Friday. Perfect, just like this. And so the way it works is you look at the previous day's levels to trade today's levels. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and extend these levels out. All right. So if this day, which would be Thursday, extend it out, extend this one out like so, and then extend this mid-level out here just like that. Make that different colors so it's a bit easier to see. And then we're going to go ahead and just turn these off, okay? And again, we're going to look at Friday. This is this day right here. We're going to go into the 1-minute chart. And I'm going to show you guys how this actual strategy made sense. So Friday right here, and boom. You can see it just like this. Now, coming into the day, you can see that market opens right here. And we kind of just teeter around this bottom level. Price comes lower. We end up going higher, and then we end up just ripping the rest of the day, right? Now, what I want you to understand is how these levels work, because they are not support resistance levels, okay? I'm not simply looking to go ahead and get long down here. I'm not looking to go ahead and get short up at this level here, right? There's a very specific way that you want to trade these levels to go ahead and make sure you're doing it the right way so you can have an edge in the actual market and make a ton of money. And that's exactly what I did. All right, so before we get into the actual entries and exits of this exact setup that made me $1,000, I first want to show you how to trade these levels because it's very, very simple, right? So again, let me go ahead and scooch down a little bit, draw in our levels here. Now, I'm only going to focus on the 2 levels, okay, because the mid-level is not that important for right now, all right? It's kind of a little bit more advanced of what you need to use for that, but really the only thing I'm looking at is these 2 black levels. Now, with these 2 black levels, if you're in between the 2 black levels, that's what I like to call the zone, okay? Now, I'm actually going to extend this and draw this as like a gray zone just to make it a little bit easier. So you guys are unaware that this is actually called the zone, all right? Now, price can do one of 2 things. Price can either open inside the zone or it can open outside of the zone. You can see up here, price actually opened below the zone. We kind of dipped in for like a minute and then we dumped and we came back out. So we're going to do the same exact thing here. Now, if price opens outside of the zone, right? So let's say price opens all the way down here. What's going to happen? The way you want to trade this is that you have to act like the zone is like a party, okay? And this is the best analogy I can think of. When the zone is like a party, right? Let's say you get inside the party here. What do you want to do when you get into a new party? First thing you want to do is go around, see if you know anyone. So you want to check around the entire party and see if anyone's there that you know, right? You do a lap. That's what everybody does. Now, the stocks do the same exact thing, right? Now, I can get into the deep dive of why that actually works about fair value and market and the auction between buyers and sellers. I don't want to bore you with that. But the thing you have to know is that this strategy works and it has an edge around it based around the mechanics, right? So you get inside the party, you get inside the zone, and then what do you want to do? You're going to want to go ahead and go to the other side of the zone. That's it, right? You're going to want to check out the entire party. And eventually you make it to the end. You've cleared out the entire party. You know who's there. And then you're good to go and do what you want from there, right? Now, that's why the strategy works, and that's basically why it's so simple. You wait for price to open outside. It comes inside the zone, and you simply play from line to line. You look to get long, and you wait for price to go from one line to the other line, and then you get in, you get out. It's as simple as that, okay? You don't need to overcomplicate it. That's why the strategy works, because it's so simple and it's so easy that you don't have to look at a million different indicators, don't need fair value gaps, all this crazy stuff, and it has an actual edge in the market, okay? I know it works. I've backtested it for a year. I've been trading it full-time for the last 2 years. It simply works. Now, the one thing with this strategy as well is that it's not always going to, it's not always going to be a straight line where price just goes like that, right? It may dip around. You may want to meet a few other guys in the party. So you're kind of bouncing up and down. But eventually, you You will want to make it to the other side of the party and see who's there. And that's why the strategy works so well, just like that. Now, let me go into show you guys how the actual setup worked here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and draw a little zone here. So let me go ahead, draw our zone, and boom, just like that. Now, yes, at open, you can see right here, price actually did dip into that zone in the first like 2 minutes. Now, there's another theory inside of this called acceptance. I'm not going to dive into that too much. That's a whole different video on itself. But acceptance basically means you want to actually make sure you get inside the party, right? You don't want to just tap your foot in the door. We have to actually get inside. So this wouldn't count as acceptance. This wouldn't count that we actually got inside the party. So it's not gonna, you're not gonna look to actually get long in this moment, right? But what happens, right? We go away from the party, we go away in the driveway, we're in the backyard, whatever. We finally come back, we make it inside, okay? Now, you could argue, again, at this point, our foot is still kind of in the door, right? We're not really sure where we want to go. Like, price is still kind of just like tapping around this area here. We're not really sure if we're inside yet. But at this point, we kind of make it inside, right? We make it all the way to our mid-level. Again, really important. We make it there. We have a lot of time. We have a lot of price spent inside. At this point, we're inside the zone. So now this is very, very important. This is where you want to make sure you pay attention, okay? This is where we now know our edge is in play around this point here, okay, around these few candles, right? We now know our edge is that price is going to want to make it to this level here. That's it. That is the entire edge of this strategy. I'm not saying price is going to dip. I'm not saying price is going to scoot all the way to 763, right? All I'm saying is that price eventually wants to make it to this point, and that is my edge. That is where I want to take the trade. That's how I'm going to make my money using this strategy, right? Now that we know that, we have to figure out an entry. We have to figure out a good risk reward to be able to trade this, right? So we'll go ahead and show you what I did. Right? I needed to find a good risk reward. I did that by understanding the stop loss and the target. We understand this by knowing a target and a stop loss. Now, the target is very, very simple, all right? The target, I'm just going to draw my drawing tool here. We know that a target's going to be all the way up here at this target, right, at this upper level. Again, price goes from line to line. Now, where do we put our stop loss? Well, this is where we want to anticipate an idea of supply and demand. It's another tool that we can add into our strategy. So we have a nice little demand zone that formed right down here, just like that. Okay, so that's our demand zone. So what I want to do is go ahead and put my stop loss below that demand. And now we have our stop loss. Now we have our target. And so now all we have to do is find our entry. See, most people do it backwards. They find their entry first, then they have their stop loss, then their target. I do it the other way, okay? What you want to do is have your targets and your stop losses first, because those are based off logic. Those are based off where does price want to go and where does price not want to go. Because if you start looking for entries first, you're just assuming where price is going to go. But if you have an edge and you have an identify where price wants to go and where it doesn't want to go, then you can make some serious cash. And that's exactly what I did here, right? So now all we have to do is figure out a good risk reward. And again, you can use the levers of the party, right, as your entry point. So what did I do? I simply waited for price to drop down. I got long right when price came down on this candle here, 10 a.m. Put my stop loss below this low, target was up here, and you can see it's about a 1.2 R trade. All right, so pretty solid trade. Risking about $750 on the trade, not too bad. Made about $1,000. Pretty solid. Now, the cool thing about this trade as well was that it was completely automated. So what do I mean by completely automated? Well, the thing I did with this strategy was I got in, I set my stop loss based on the chart, I set my target based on the chart, and I walked away. That was it. I simply got in just like this, right? Boom, got in, set my stop loss and my target, walked away. 5, 10, 15 minutes later, price comes up, my target gets hit, and I'm out of the trade. But Jordan, wait. Price kept going higher. You just missed out on an extra $2,000, $3,000. I do not care. You should not care. Nobody cares. My edge is gone once the trade has been taken. Once price goes from line to line, the edge is no longer there. I do not care what happens. Okay, this is me. If this is me going through the backyard of the party and jumping in a pool, great. Okay, at the end of the day, I'm here to make cash and I'm here to trade my edge that I know works over time. And if I can follow that edge, I am essentially guaranteed to make money with proper risk management because I know it works, right? Same thing with a casino. If you are playing the casino and you are the house edge, you are the owner of the casino, over a long enough time, you are pretty much guaranteed to make money by playing blackjack, right? Not the other way around for the people who are actually playing it, but the owners, they're making that cash. And that's the same thing I'm doing. This has an edge. It works over time, and I can prove it to you guys. Like, I have this whole community. I don't want to talk about it, but listen, Alfonso Crush, okay? John Crush, he recently joined. Kyle, same thing. GC was the second best TLM looking setup. Same exact thing. You can see here, price just goes from line to line. Look how much we bounced off it. We finally got inside the party. He went short, and then boom, took profit at the other line to line. That's all it is. That's all it is, guys. It's simple. It's easy. And he's doing this over and over again. Same thing. Lewis. On Google, same exact thing. We reject the upper level. What do? We go to the other side of the party. 1.5 TLM. Okay, and this is all today. I'm going into yesterday. Okay, with Tanner crushing it, Randall crushing it, EJ same thing, Randall again, Quentin, like everyone's crushing it. Okay, and they're simply using the same exact strategy where price just goes from line to line. It's going from one side of the party to the other side of the party. All it's want to do is find everyone. And again, this is not like some magic, like, oh, I'm making up this whole like party thing. Like, it's just an analogy, okay? There's actual statistics to back why price goes from specifically this level to specifically this level. It's all based around the previous day's price action. And I'm not going to get into the dynamics of that right now, but all of this is put inside of an indicator, which now if you are interested in getting access to, the way to do that is actually by only joining the Freedom Team, okay? Now, that is my private mentorship. It's a one-on-one mentorship. We teach you to become a consistently profitable trader in 8 weeks without relying on alerts, without trading more than an hour each day. So if you are somebody with a 9-to-5 job, you're someone who is stuck in the woodwork, don't worry. 99% of people who join this are also in a 9-to-5 job. They don't have time to trade. And guys, if I have to sit around and trade all day, that defeats the whole purpose of trading, right? The whole point is having freedom. And being able to make like $1,000, and this is a literally 15-minute trade, is freedom, especially when it's automated, okay? The whole thing is automated. You don't need to sit in front of the screens like I do if you really want to and make all this cash. It's super, super simple. So if you guys are interested, what I'm going to do is leave a link in the description below. You can hop on a call with someone from my team, all right? And we're going to go ahead and see if you're going to be a good fit for this mentorship, okay? Just a quick coaching call, see if you're a good fit, see where you're at with your trading, see if we can even help you out. Because listen, guys, we have about a 64% win rate, and I am not someone that wants to get that down. What I mean by that is, like, statistically, out of our students' track trades, 3,464 track trades, they've seen a 64.6% win rate, all right? And I do not want that to be lower. And that's about, on average, what you'll see trading this exact strategy here. All right. Now, if that is something you are interested in and you think you can just follow the set of simple rules and play the party rules, then go ahead, click the link below, hop on a call with someone from my team. We'll help you out. We'll get you situated and get you on track to becoming a profitable trader in the next 8 weeks. We've done it with over 700 students. And yeah, we guarantee it or you don't pay for it. It's as simple as that because we know it works. So go ahead, click the link below. If you want to be part of this 64% win rate, go ahead, click the link. I'll see you guys. I love you. Hope you subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.